Okay. So this is the eyes closed frequency-based map in Brain DX, and we can see a little bit in relative theta and alpha. Still some mild effects over the left temporal to frontal region. And we'll just look at that more specifically. Absolute power is all normal. So you can see all of these are below the red line cutoff. Relative power starts with some excesses in the lower frequencies at 3 hertz, with the biggest peak of these over the left temporal and frontal area. So F7, FP1, F3, T3, T5, C3 are all elevated. At closer to 4 hertz, it becomes more of the left temporal region, with T3 being the most significant. And then you jump up to about 4.5 hertz, and the left frontal area becomes the most significant again. And then the same at 6 hertz and beyond, all the way up to about 7 or 8 hertz. So that's still the major problem area, it looks like. And then if we go down to the eyes open data, again, absolute power is all normal. Relative power now shows a couple different things. So in the about 4 to 8 hertz region, you have a lot of frontal excesses. But from about 2 to 4 hertz, in addition to what we saw on the left side, we see some excesses on the right side. So that could relate to the issues you were talking about with math and computations. Yes. And all of those sorts of mathematical operations, in addition to the reading issues we see as more prevalent on the left side. So we've got left temporal frontal, we've got right temporal occipital, and we've got frontal lobe issues. So that's the sort of combining of all of these, which makes it more challenging.
You know, as I looked at his performance on his last protocol, he really did not have much success in decreasing the amplitudes at the 2 to 7 hertz inhibit. So though he did well with coherence changes, he did not meet his inhibit goals mostly.
Well, on the EEG, when that was done, and you compare these results, it looks like a lot of them have gone down.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
that
would
power is decreasing.
It is decreasing, but it may be over sites that you're not necessarily measuring. So when we look at it, we see PZ, CZ, P3, P4, and O2 as the greatest decreases. And I think P3 may be the only one where you have a sensor. So it is decreasing, but just not necessarily over the exact site of the exact training sites. So again, we don't want to get lulled into thinking just because you don't observe it there doesn't mean it's not happening at all.
Right.
So that's good to realize that.
Yeah, that's good information.
Okay. And then if we look at the eyes open coherence, we can see it's really complicated. So he obviously has some hypercoherence up in the front to go along with the frontal lobe issues. Some obvious hypocoherence on the right side we talked about related to mathematics, probably social skills also. And then continued left-sided hypocoherence related to the reading issues. So that's important.